Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to DCS. I will be your host tonight. I'm Troy Stanley, flying out of the UH-1H HUEY. We're going to do a convoy attack mission. This is the Marianas Islands. We have the Shark Tooth paint scheme, because it's my favorite. We have 4 M134 miniguns chambered in 7.62 NATO, as well as 2 rocket pods with what I believe are 30mm rockets. Not really sure about that. All I know is they make things blow up. So we're going to get started here. Just going to close this fella's door for him. I've never done this in VR before, so forgive me. Oh, seems to reset me. Alright. Give her a bit of... Now give it a bit of throttle. Then we should be all good to hit the engine start button. That's the magneto switch. So now the engine's gonna get us going. You can hear it going. It's actually a jet engine that powers the HUEY. One of the first helicopters to be powered by a jet engine. And most helicopters are actually. They took a jet engine and then they put a fancy set of gears on it. And that way they turn the jet engine into rotational power, and it spins the blades. Now it should be good. I'm looking at this gauge here that says engine rotor RPM, so I'm going to wait for it to get to about 50. Keeps resetting my it keeps resetting my VR here, so I gotta make sure. And we should be good. Now we want to keep that needle in the green zone, should be fairly obvious. Now I'm just going to do some things here and flick some switches, make sure I'm all good to fly. Alright, that should be pretty good. So now we're going to turn our guns on, make sure everything's set up. Just want to do a basic check. That's my gun sight. Won't be needing that for a few minutes. It should be a relatively short flight. Let's see how good I can hover the HUEY. Hey, I'm doing pretty good at this. Alright. Now let's take off. Now, normally speaking, I would taxi and I would, make sure I contact ATC and do all that nonsense, but figuring I don't want to bore you and you just want to see some stuff get blown up, figured I'd just skip through all that and fly over there and go blow up some commies. The Marianas Islands in particular because I figured it's a very jungle environment. Looks a bit like Vietnam. You know what they say. So, well, that and they don't have a Vietnam map yet, sadly. So, for the time being, the Marianas will just have to do. Now this is a real dead easy mission. There's just going to be some bad guys right in front of us, somewhere over there. Ooh, I can point. I never knew that. somewhere over there, there are going to be some bad guys driving along a road. And it's our job, we're going to go over there and blow them up. Should be relatively short. I figured it'd make a nice YouTube mission. Oh, why isn't my pitch working? Come on. I'm trying to trim this out. Trim, it's a fancy term we use for, trim is a fancy term. Basically, there's a setting where you can set the joystick and it'll stay in a spot. And I thought I had that rigged up, but it turns out I don't. So, let's see, yeah. That's on. Alright, we'll have to see how good my aim is today. But yeah, actually most helicopters, basically every helicopter nowadays, at least, is actually jet powered. Or something maybe you didn't know. The more you know. I just told our gunners, so there's a little thing, this little thing here. This controls the AI. So basically the two guys on either side, don't want to get too low here. The two guys on either side here. So basically, I just told them that they can use their guns and they can fire. So what we might do is, we know the enemy force is two anti-tank, or not anti-tank, anti-air. They have a escort. So what I might do is I might fly over, blow up the two air defenses, and then I'll just I'll let the side gunners handle it. Let's see if we can get a shot of me flying around here. Ooh, ain't that pretty. Ain't that pretty. Now that's a scary son of a bitch. You don't want to see that on a bed. I wouldn't want to see that in the morning. I'm running out of funny things to say. I haven't flown in the Marianas Islands much. So this is all kind of, this whole area is kind of new to me. But it looks lovely, as you can see. Oh, there's a little hut down there. Let's get some scenic flying in, huh? Ain't that pretty. Now, in case you're wondering, that red light that's on there, that's the master caution switch. Now, as far as I'm aware, I'm not doing anything wrong. But apparently that little board down there, you see that little red light that's on at the bottom right, that is the IFF switch. And this is the part where I would normally explain what that means to you, if I did know what it means. But I don't. So, I'm just going to ignore it. What I think it means, and I should probably research this, what I think that is I think that's the electronic instruments panel, because if you'll notice, and you probably didn't, this little thing here is usually on. This is an electronic altimeter, and that's not on. So we're fine, you know, we're fine to fly, but it seems our electronics aren't all powered on. Be careful here. So they should be somewhere in this general direction. I'm not looking at a map and I ain't using a compass. But they should be in this general direction. And if they ain't, well then I just wasted 15 minutes of my own time. But I hope they is. Take a sip of my monster there. Oh, there they are. Alright. My guy just ratted them out to me. Oh, he doing a nasty job. He's showing them what for. Now, I want to take out the two APCs if I can. Because the two APCs have machine guns on them, and they can shoot back. Of course, I don't want them to shoot back. So I want to blow them up first. We're going around here. Oh, looks like we already caused a heap of trouble for them. Oh, I think I got one of them direct hit. Well, I'm not sure. Oh, he's giving them hell. Look at that. Look at that. There's a fella driving on that road. There's a civilian driving on that road. You see that? I don't know why I have an accent all of a sudden, but... Oh, he giving them hell. Yeah, he's shooting at us now. You see that? Now. Oh, I thought... Man, I hit him directly. Ooh. See, I gotta watch where I'm flying here, because we got power cables. He's shooting at us, but I ain't too worried about it, because the Huey's got a lot of, gusto in her. So I know it ain't. Unless he hits me square in the nose here. I hope he don't. Oh, I hit him bad. I got the little indicator on. We'll go around and see. My left gunner already ran out of ammo. So we'll give... Let's give the right gunner some, opportunity. They did something right. They hid in the trees. If you're ever being shot at by a helicopter... Whoa. Hide in the trees. Yeah, they're dead. Oh? Maybe not? We might have to make an emergency landing. If you haven't noticed, my, control. I'm losing a bit of control. Might have to nurse this thing back. I'm losing a bit of control. It seems that guy hit us in our hydraulic fuel lines. Ooh. So I might have to nurse this thing back. Hell, I might have to land here. But it's getting real hard to fly this thing. Oh. Okay. You know what? I might have to land this thing soon. We'll have to see. Ooh. We're doing our best. Yeah, she's real wobbly all of a sudden, and I don't like that. I don't like that, Forrest Gump. I don't like that. Ooh. Got a lot of things on my plate here. I don't want to crash. But I know I can probably... Oh. Keep her steady. Keep her steady. Come on, just keep it steady. Keep it steady. Don't want to do anything too crazy. Don't want to do anything too crazy. Problem with all this jungle is there's nowhere to land in case I need to. So I want to keep... I'm trying to keep, yeah, we're low on hydraulics. Now, this is actually time for a valuable lesson. So these helicopters use hydraulics. On most helicopters... She's trying to give out while I'm talking. Excuse me. We could probably make it to the home island. Maybe. Now, if you don't see there, I'm kind of fighting. Most aircraft, at least in general, nowadays they fly by wire, meaning they move the joystick and there's a little electronic signal that gets put to a computer which turns a motor which moves the control surfaces, which causes air to flow in a different direction, and that's how the plane or helicopter steers itself. But this helicopter was designed in the 60s, saw action in the Vietnam War. What this means is they don't have that. Now, some of the first aircraft actually flew by cable, by like a literal wire. There was a wire that physically connected the joystick to the control surfaces. Ooh. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. And what that means is, yeah, it's simple. But if you're doing stuff you probably shouldn't be doing, well then, oh jeez, this is awful. I'm gonna land as soon as I get to the island there. What that means is, it's a literal cable system. And the problem is if you're doing high G maneuvers, it might be pretty difficult to control the aircraft because you have to physically pull with your own weight. So some American designers figured out that you can add a hydraulic control system. So, what's happening basically is the control system is slowly losing power. It's leaking hydraulic fluid because we've been shot. And what that means is it's slowly getting harder and harder to fly the helicopter. As you can see, I'm trying to hold the joystick as stable as I can. And it's just moving. I'm not moving it right now. It's just moving and dipping on its own. So I'm gonna try and land her here, because I don't want an engine fire or nothing. But I'll just land it here if I can. Bring her down easy. Bring her down easy. I hope I don't crash. Looks like a golf course. Oof, oof, oof. Bit too much. This is really tricky. I gotta try and get the vertical speed down, but not too much down. It's a balancing act, as I probably told you before. So I want that little needle right in the center, right in the middle there, to go down. That basically tells us if we're going up or down. And it's slowly getting harder and harder to fly the helicopter. Jesus. Come on, bring her down easy. Come on, come on. Bring her down easy. Bring her down. Alright, I think we lost the rotor. We lost the rotor, but we're alive, so that's a win. Why is he spinning his gun up? Okay. Look, trust me, friend, that could have ended a lot bad. That could have ended a lot worse. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. I'll probably upload this to YouTube later tonight. I'm not going to edit this. This is all one take. But that's the Marianas Islands, and I'm going to turn that off. Alright. See you soon.